Breakfast Central on News Central on this very, very fine Wednesday. Indeed, don't forget you can catch us on social media, on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and also liking us on LinkedIn and follow us also on YouTube, and also log on to the website newscentral.africa. Moving straight to business as usual, and we'll look at, have to get insights from the world of business, cutting across different sectors and industries. Things like blockchain, terms like Bitcoin, cryptocurrency. Now, these are really buzzwords that still go over many heads like mine, yet could shape the future of global transactions. Now, in simple terms, cryptocurrency is a digital asset designed to work as a medium of exchange. Now, it uses cryptography to secure financial transactions, control the creation of additional units, and verify assets transfers. Now, even I am still trying to grasp what it really means, and to help us get a sense of it all and really understand that this financial instrument, its functions, and how it could really feature in our daily lives. We are quite honored to be joined by the Managing Director, MD, Cashtoken, none other than Lai Labode, right here in the studio. Welcome, Lai.
Yeah,
welcome. Good morning on Breakfast Central. First of all, in simple terms, cryptocurrency, what does it actually mean?
Okay, thank you very much. First of all, a lot of people still confuse our company, CLD, that owns Cashtoken, as a cryptocurrency company.
Yeah.
However, I can share quite a bit of knowledge around it. But let us break it down, and
which is quite the first importance, yeah.
When we say it is a digital asset, it is money. It's just digital money. That's what it is.
Okay.
But then there's something called cryptography, which essentially is what is used to actually get this done. It's really about how do we take what is the next level of security, really? So you have you have technology, you have a system that allows us to do transactions in much more smarter ways. If you look at when people hear crypto, it looks like the technology is so huge, and it's wrapped up in some kind of mystery. What people need to know is that this is simply digital money that goes into digital wallets, and you can transfer from one person to the other. And then it is managed by this system. I don't want to use big grammar right now.
Yeah.
It is managed by a set of codes that allows for genuine security.
Okay.
So you imagine where you and I need to do a business.
Okay.
And this is tied up into a system that actually manages the two of us.
Oh.
You can't affect it, I can't affect it. Whatever is agreed that is put in there, that's exactly what's going to happen.
So there's value behind
it.
The currency, the digital currency itself.
Yes.
It's whatever signature that goes with it.
That's what it is. And that's why you see countries like United Arab Emirates, who will completely put the entire system in a few years, on this same technology, where contracts are done on this same technology. Monies are transferred, things are done. There is no room for you to change what you have already said. That's what it is. So when you hear digital asset, it's like saying that if I have a 1,000 naira note in my hands right now, anything can happen to that note.
Yep.
If I have cryptocurrency, which is still an asset, these are two assets. One is digital, one is physical cash that you're looking at in my hands.
Yeah.
These are two assets. This one is protected. It is. I like to just use system. Everybody understands what system is or technology is. A technology that protects this asset, moving from one point to another. That is what it is. So all of the grammar that you hear around cryptocurrency, of Bitcoin, is one of it.
Blockchain.
Blockchain technology.
Okay.
We're talking about the technology. When you say blockchain, you're talking about the technology now. That actually makes all of these things happen. So anytime you hear Bitcoin and any of those currencies, we are simply talking about digital money. Everybody knows what money is.
Yeah.
The money is digital. Now, let us also distinguish between the money that you have in your bank account. I can do a transfer on my phone right now.
Yeah.
From one point to the other.
Yeah.
Right? In Nigeria today, yes, some businesses have already gone that route, but we can say that most of the businesses here still, yes, there's digital money that is not backed by blockchain technology.
Okay.
So
why not?
I think a lot of businesses are transitioning to that, actually, because That's the next level essentially, because when we're talking about money, we're talking about assets, we're talking about trust, essentially. And anything that you can do to increase that trust is what needs to be done. So essentially, remember digital money. Yes, if it's not backed by the technology blockchain, it's still digital money. But we're talking about the next level of security. So let's not be confused by the amount of grammar. So when you hear Bitcoin, it is not 419. Some people still think it is 419. It is really money. It's across the world. There has been a lot of back and forth. It's like those days when we were doing using cowries. Things have
trade by barter.
Trade by barter. We've done
Gold,
all of that.
So this
all sorts. From then till now. This is also the next level. And one thing is very important. This is inevitable, actually.
Okay. So why so? Is it because of the technology that we find at this time?
So it is. Let me use another example that I think will come home. Remember those days? If I were going to write a letter to my girlfriend, I will write a letter, a proper letter, handwritten, and go to the post office and post it.
Yeah.
Right. So now I have email. I can send a WhatsApp message. I can do all of that. It's right in my hands. I can do it right. I don't need to go out to do it. It's inevitable that people will move in that direction.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that post offices are not still there.
Yeah.
So it doesn't mean that you cannot still do trade by barter right now. Some people are still doing trade by barter. But many more people find it convenient to go to the next level. And anytime we're talking about assets, it is more and more about security. How do I secure my
Which
assets?
explains this kind of skepticism that that's associated when people talk about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. But why should people get really excited and really become involved in this currency?
Okay, when we talk about assets also, we also go towards investments.
Okay.
Everybody's trying to secure their future and all of that. If you look at the guys who had actually started out with Bitcoin, which became the most popular and the likes, the kind of value that is put behind this. So you find out that a lot of times, a lot of Nigerian businesses have actually gone this route. And you see the valuation that goes suddenly, you'll be shocked. So a business is actually, so there's a business in front, defining what the value is sitting on in the first place. And somebody comes in and says, okay, I want to be involved with this business, and you're buying a certain number. You're actually making an investment. Really. So the value of that, is now in the cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
So you find out that as that business progresses or as confidence grows in that business, the value of that asset goes up. It's like money also. It goes up. So some people have entered very early. Some people have cashed out big time. Some people have also lost money when it actually went down. Currencies go up and down also. The dollar is 365 naira today. Tomorrow the dollar is 340. All of that actually happens. Okay. But the real point is, digital currencies are here to stay. Now we have governments who are actually putting legislation in place. Actually.
Yeah.
You have governments who are going completely in that direction, using that technology itself that cryptocurrency is used to run governments. So it is inevitable. It is like those days where somebody will have have HIV and we say it is things are happening. There are developments.
And in terms of digital currency, cryptocurrency, how many types? Is there just one type or there are several types?
Okay, for simplicity again.
Okay.
Digital asset is digital asset, but there are different types of. It's like saying, let me use an analogy that anybody will understand. There's naira.
There's naira.
There's euro.
There's euro.
That is how it is also in that world. As it is, there are different assets backed by different investments. That different people make investments on. There are trade platforms now across the world
and you could
where
trade.
You can be part of.
And it's strictly digital trading.
Yes.
With the different types of digital trading based on their value and exchange rates blocked on in the system.
Yes. In fact, today, there are loads of Nigerian companies, doing stuff right now, putting up together platforms. People are actually trading as we speak, and that is gradually growing. And we should expect that in the next 5-10 years, this could completely really blow up around places like this. But out there, this is going on, and people are making money.
Let's talk about
and losing money. So.
Let's talk about the Cashtoken, which is one of the outfits that you want. Tell us more about it.
Okay, so basically, several years ago, we had done a research we called the patronage optimization research.
Okay.
And we wanted to understand what is the best way to ensure increased, repeat, and sustainable patronage of any good or service. how do we develop consumer emotional equity genuinely? And in the course of that research, we found out that what consumers really want, and when I say really, it goes to the depth of the emotion of the customer.
Okay.
It's an opportunity for life-changing cash reward. So when I go to Spa, for example, you know, and I'm hoping that Spa will reward my patronage. Actually, Spa right now will give you what is called a cash token as reward for your patronage.
Okay.
You know, we'll launch a telco in a few days. I don't want to mention the name because there's a bit of surprise coming in. As long as you're patronizing that telecom company, you will get what is called a cash token as reward.
Yeah.
If you buy airtime, we have 17 banks now. If you buy airtime via our code, you will get cash token as reward. Now, every time you get a cash token, and I need to understand the size of what this will be shortly. You know, in fact, one state government also will be declaring the cash token as the official reward commodity for the state.
When you do a transaction?
When you do a transaction, you know, in that state, you will get rewarded with cash tokens.
And does the transaction cut across
different businesses, different industries?
Okay.
Now, anytime you get a cash token, what it means is that you immediately get a cash back in a wallet, and it puts you in a national draw, in a national consumer draw. That gives you a chance to win between 5,000 and 100 million every Friday.
Wow.
So imagine Nigerians, as long as you can make a purchase in Nigeria, and we're also attaching it to tax. Shortly when you pay taxes, we have a program coming, it's called the Taxpayers Are Senior Citizens. So if you're a taxpayer, you know, if you're a Nigerian consuming something here, you'll be able to get a reward in cash tokens, which gives you cash back immediately into a wallet, and also puts you into a national consumer draw.
When we say wallet, is this going to be a digital wallet? It's
a digital wallet.
Okay, so that's going to be created.
Yeah, so it allows you to move money. You can use USSD to move your money to your bank account. You can spend it from there.
So how can, you know, cash token be really assessed by, you know, the consumer?
Okay, so let me just give you a very typical example. So I dial *737 *000 *737 plus 1,000 naira. That means I want to buy airtime at 1,000 naira.
Okay.
If I do that right now, I'm going to get an SMS telling me that, oh, I will get my airtime first, my 1,000 naira airtime, and I will get a cash token as reward. So what has happened is that for that purchase, the business has rewarded me with one cash token. It costs the business money because they have to buy the cash token from our company before they can give it to you. But as soon as you get that cash token, you will see a message that your cash back is 6 naira on that single cash token, and you are in the draw for 5K to 100 million on Friday. It happens every Friday. And we have done that draw for about 90 weeks.
So which is more profitable? Wait for the draw, just get building my wallet on the cash token.
And you're not gambling. All you're doing is making a purchase. So what we're trying to do, in fact, let me say this, and this is for the record. This is the most brilliant capitalist way of redistributing wealth, because all you need to do is to make a purchase. So we can increase the velocity of transactions within the country. We can excite the consumers, and we can build massive consumer emotional equity. Because it means that every time you make a purchase, you know, it's going to become a culture that you're expecting something back, and you get
it. We know that consumer spending is at a crazy high now.
It's crazy high. We're talking about, you know, consumer spending. We're talking about 65% of the GDP. You know, so it's pretty huge. You know, in fact, the industry that we're talking about, we call it the cash reward as a service industry. We're talking about between 4 or 5 trillion naira.
It's
pretty huge.
To jump start it. So what about the authorities? You talked about all the state governments, you know, being in. How receptive were they in terms of you know, getting the idea? Because most government will try first to protect the citizenry first. And say, they're not going.
You know, one of the things that we like to do as we build our own business models is to start it first. You know, not just concept. We have done it. You know, today we have about 1.5 million people that have received cash tokens and benefited from it on record.
Which is in terms of the population of the consumer spend percentage is still rather low.
You know, so, and this is Lagos to start with. So you see a state government that has become so creative. Say, wait a minute, I can actually consider this as my official reward commodity. And then we're appealing to all the businesses in Lagos, for example, say, anytime somebody in Lagos patronizes the business, you can reward them, and it is performance based. So the businesses are not doing charity. So they say, hey, Spa, for example, says before you can get one cash token from me, you need to spend 7,000 naira. So they have actually
qualifies you.
It qualifies you. Fella Marketplace says if you buy power, data, or airtime worth 1,000 naira, I'll give you one cash token. So it is. You know, somebody described this as the. You know, that in the last 40 years of this country, they haven't seen a project that will impact Nigerians better than what the cash token is.
Because it's direct spending.
It's direct spending and direct rewards that can impact the lives of the people.
Thank you so much, Lai Labode, for coming on the show. Giving us so much. Well, if you enjoyed watching this video, click here to get more of it. And don't forget to click here to subscribe.